Western writers, I think you're going to need to play it cool this month a little bit. You're going to be challenged on something. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but it's going to be something with your traditions and your boundaries. Now, it's not a bad thing. I think it's just going to be more of a humbling experience, and you need to remember that you have all the power in this exchange that might go on. And the reason why I say exchange is because we've got the Five of Swords, so there probably is going to be a winner and there's probably going to be a loser, but it's probably going to all be okay. You might feel like a little bit of a loss, but I think it's going to be okay for where you're going, because if you add all the numbers up, you get the number 10, and the number 10 is the Wheel of Fortune in the Major Arcana, and that's the wheels are turning. So the reason why I also say that it might be a little bit of a play it cool, breaking boundaries, you've got the Six of Wands reversed. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. So it just kind of feels like there's going to be some recognition, some internal recognition that you're going to need to pay attention to. There, you did get the Fool, and the Fool is going on a new adventure. So I feel like this is not going to be 100% a new adventure, but there's going to be something to the effect of just shifting, if that makes sense. I do have the Knight of Swords reversed. Now, knights are usually they are the doers of the deck, and that this knight particularly just thinks and goes, doesn't even think anything other else, nobody else. But because this is reversed, seems like you've got something that might be challenged in your thought process. You do have the Ten of Cups reversed, and when a completion card comes up, to me, that means the queer. I'm getting chills. Whew. To me, that means the querent is not accepting an ending. The cups are dealing with emotions, and so my thing with this would be, it just kind of feels. I'm trying to put this into words. It just kind of feels like there's some emotions that you haven't quite processed yet, which might be why you're going to start going on a new adventure, which also is probably the thoughts that need to come up kind of, or need to be reconsidered. Again, you've got the Emperor and the Hierophant reverse. Now the Hierophant is about traditions, um, and the Emperor is about boundaries and protection. So there's probably going to be a little bit of a shift going on, and that's how I got there. So be humble. It's going to be fine. Again, all the numbers are 14, 3, 6, 5, 2, 0, 5, 4, 10, and 6. If you add all those up, you get 55. And 5 plus 5 equals 10. So and again, the 10 is the Wheel of Fortune. Elemental wise, earth, air, fire, and water. Earth is your weakest element. Air is your strongest element. Air is thoughts and communication. So you're communicating okay. What I want you to pay attention to is your major arcana cards. You got 2 fires in the major arcana cards, 1 air, and 1 earth. Now, we're not going to quite worry about the air one. I think air is taken care of. You did get 2 fire cards, and I'm not an astrologer, so I would highly pay attention when this is over. Go through and look up what Jupiter and Sagittarius mean, and Aries and Mars, because those are the fire signs, those are the fire planets, and those might be trying to tell you something only because they're the fire in the major arcana. Because Earth is the weakest element, I think the number one thing you should probably be paying attention to is this Hierophant. And those would be Taurus and Venus. Again, I'm not an astrologer. I have no idea what they're trying to say. I've tried to be an astrologer. It's just not sticking in my head. So that would be something to pay attention to. Let's see, I did that. The colors you might want to pay attention to are red and black. There's a lot of colors going on here. I'm actually really excited to use this deck because this deck is new to me. I was using an older deck for the Westerns, and it just wasn't clicking. I found this deck on Etsy, and there's so much more vibrancy and so much more color, and I like it. So it just fits a lot better for me. I do pull 3 extra cards. You do have a mistaken identity. Now that does kind of match up with what we're kind of going in here. It just kind of seems like there's going to be a little bit of a shift in an identity or a thought process. Could be with your project. It could be with you personally as you're writing this project. Something just to consider. I also got tambourine. And now we've got your protagonist and antagonist must assemble IKEA furniture together. Right? What happens? I think that's all I have for the Western writers today. But what I'm going to let you guys know also is that I am starting a community for writers to use tarot cards to defeat their writer's block and to get more in flow with their creativity. It's called Flow Your Mojo. If you want to learn about it, I'm going to tell you about it. But if you want to learn more about it, go down to the link in my bio, or in this description, or the link in my bio, and you can learn more, even more about it. So I'm creating this space to be a little bit more healing for writers. And in this community, I'd like to create a community. I am going to be teaching you tarot, but I'm not going to be like teaching you the spiritual aspects of it. There will still be definite spirituality, but it's going to be coming from more of a writing perspective. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's just kind of it. Yeah, we're going to leave it at that. It's just kind of hard to explain in a 10-minute video. So if you are interested in something like that, we are going to be having write-ins. I'm going to be having some lessons and discussions, and I can help you even market your stuff, just to get your more followers and whatnot. So currently right now, because it is kind of just beginning, I am having an introductory lifetime membership price. It's half off. So take a look at what price matches for you and pick one, and it's going to be half off forever. With that, please like, follow, subscribe, and share. And also come back and comment on this in a month and let me know what transpired and what shift you had to make.